Yes.
Here we have you.
Yeah, we're back, and I'm here. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise. My name is Kadi Akintomi. It's great to be here, and it looks like it is definitely a Christmas weekend, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And how did you find the traffic?
Oh gosh, it is horrendous. It is scary. It is worrying, but it is Christmassy, so it is allowed because.
But driving against traffic is not allowed.
Oh, no, definitely not allowed.
Because you find some people doing that.
Yes. I saw quite a few FRSC guys out on the street now, and I think we need practically every single one of them to get on the street and to start making it clear that the fact that it's Christmas does not mean you'll get away with blue murder. That's not going to be allowed. And I don't know whether you mentioned before I came in the fact that it's 250 days
of the
since our girls have been gone. It breaks my heart, but we'll talk about that during the course of the program. So let's hit the ground running and let's get started with this. We're looking at the political scene. A number of things have happened during the course of this week, and it's been quite exciting for some and not so exciting for others. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria emerged, as is expected, as the candidate of the PDP, presidential candidate, and he's the flag bearer. On the other side, we've got General Muhammadu Buhari, who has emerged as the candidate of the APC, and it took a good few days before the APC came round to having a running mate for him.
And that became a bone of contention for the PDP.
The PDP, some people said to me during the course of the week, what is the business of PDP? Why are they so concerned about who the APC...
how many days it takes? Or
That was a major issue, bone of contention, to use your choice of words. But
the bottom line is the APC picked its vice presidential candidate.
Absolutely. In fact, they even say no, it's the wrong choice. I don't know whether they were going to choose the candidate for them, but somehow Professor Yemi Osinbajo has emerged as the running mate for General Muhammadu Buhari. These and more, and a number of other things happening on the political scene as we enter into the Christmas week and practically a few days before the end of the year, and 2015 is bearing down on us. So these issues are the things we'll take a look at. And to have this conversation with us, I'll start from my left, a political chieftain of the APC, Osita Okechukwu. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
On the right-hand side, just to the extreme right, I've got with us Barrister Taufik Gani, who's the publicity secretary of PDP in Lagos. And then we also have Ken...
The commissioner of Ndokwa
yeah.
Nation, Delta State, Ken Okolobo.
Yeah. Ken, I am
in Desopadek.
In Desopadek.
Oh, in Desopadek. That's true. I was wondering what is written there. That in Delta State, they don't have any such...
okay, we haven't seen you in a long while, that's why.
I haven't seen you in a long while. Merry Christmas and great to have you here.
It's great to have you, have me back here. And that's because I've been working very hard in Delta State.
Yeah, I know that in Delta State, part of what your governor has been saying is Delta Beyond Oil.
And we are practicalizing it.
You're practicalizing it.
Yes.
That is excellent.
Yes.
Okay, on that note, let me start with you. When you look at the political terrain, the issues that have emerged with the candidates, as far as the primaries go, there's a lot of issues, contentious issues with the candidates that emerged, even in your state, in Delta State.
Okay.
Let's start from there. What's your thought? Why has it become so acrimonious to organize primaries amongst our political parties? What is the issue for them?
Okay, if I want to look at it first from using my state as a case study, I'll say in Delta State we had one of the best primaries that you could talk about. I'm not saying issues did not come as regards the primaries that took place in Delta State, but you know Delta State is a PDP state. I can speak authoritatively because I was a returning officer for both the House of Assembly election, and I was also a returning officer for the House of Reps elections. And in those 2 elections that I was a returning officer, I can tell you that it was peaceful. The candidates that emerged, and those that did not emerge congratulated those that emerged. I mean, initially there was a lot of usual, the usual acrimony that comes with these elections. But you see, what my governor did in Delta, for example, was you must trace this thing from the onset. It starts from the issue of the delegates list. When you don't have the delegates right, then you can never have a peaceful primary.
Who picks your delegates?
You see, what we did in Delta, because I'll come to other areas since it's a national discourse. What we did in Delta was that my governor looked at it. Almost everybody had their interest, had their list, picked up the forms. Even the ones that could not purchase in Asaba purchased in Abuja. And he used his wisdom and called all of us and said, look, if I allow all of you going into the field to go and elect these delegates, the whole place is going to go ablaze. What he did was that he now got a select number of leaders in each of the local governments, because we have 25 local governments in Delta State. And these leaders went to the drawing board, picked up consensus candidates among those candidates that have bought their forms, because it's an election. And that was how we were able to arrive at our 3 ad hoc delegates per wards. For example, in my local government, Ukwani, where I come from, I'm one of the leaders there, and I participated in it. And we were able to pick up 30 delegates without any rancor. And this was exactly what we did. And this list was submitted in Abuja, and there was no rancor. And that's why you see that when the primaries were held for the governorship eventually...
There was no rancor from your perspective,
yes,
because we've had a number of other people who came out and said they were not happy with the solution that seemed to be tabled.
Well, you can never have a perfect election. You see, that's why people always go for consensus, because there's always bad blood from any elections you have. Everybody has their interests. I have the candidate I could have been supporting who did not make it.
But
the next person has a candidate that he's supporting that did not make it. You're thinking that the man that won will take it out on you that, oh, this man didn't work for me. But you see, the important thing is, in my party, which he would also attest to my colleague here, we have a way of carrying out a healing process. And you see, in Delta, for example, immediately after the gubernatorial primaries, my governor, in his wisdom, set up a 71-member campaign council comprising all the gubernatorial aspirants and a few of the other leaders who had their different interests, and charged them that, look, we're going for an election and we must start the healing process.
You just mentioned the healing process, and I'm looking at Mr. Gani and wondering that, is this process fast enough in Lagos? Because we hear that Senator Banikuru has taken the party to court, based on the same list of delegates. You have 806